Hi Coach, in this video we're going to give you a brief overview of how to use TurboStats 12.0 for football. There are other videos on our training site that go into each step in more detail. First thing you want to do is get registered. You'll have a register button here. Click on register and request your password. Once you're registered, click on create a new team. Put your team name in and put the year of the season. So next year you can make it 2026. Okay, hit save. And here's our lineup screen. And if you have your own roster you want to type in, you could do that here by using add and save. I like to use the import function here. You can come in here. If you had a team from last year in TurboStats, click on the TurboStats team option and browse, and then find that team file from last year and open that up. And this way you could bring in the players that are coming back. Just highlight the player and hit import player. This way the career stats will come over. If it's a new team, you could use the CSV option and you could bring in a CSV file. Okay, that'll bring all the players in here. If you want to see how to format the CSV file, click on this sample format button. If you want to import from Max Preps, click on the Max Preps button. Okay, and it's going to give you a little tip here. Use Control A to select all the text on the browser when you're ready to copy the roster. Okay, so I'm going to hit OK to that. I happen to have a Max Preps site here for a team. You just get to the roster page and then make sure there's players in here, and you could just hit Control A on your keyboard, or you could click and drag all the way down, to the screen if you want. But Control A will copy everything, and if you hit Control Insert, that'll copy that to the clipboard. Then go back into the program and just hit Paste, and here's all the players. You could just hit Import All, and they'll all come in. After all the players are loaded, you might see some players you want to delete that weren't real players. Just highlight them and hit the delete button here to remove those players. Make sure you enter a team name at the top and the year of the season, and then put an abbreviation for your team that you want to use in the live scoring screen. Hit save, and then click on the games button to enter the game form. To enter your games, what you want to do is click the add game button. You could put in the date of the game and the time here, and then pick the team by using the browse button. If you create a TurboStats team file for your opponent with all their roster players, you could import the players like I showed you for your team. And then all you have to do is hit save game, and now that game is added. If you want to add a new game, you could just hit add game. If you don't happen to know the roster information for that team yet, you could just come in here and type in a team name for now. Okay, so you could build your schedule. It's a good idea to enter the games after they're played. This way you know if there's a cancellation or a rain out or something or reschedule, you could enter them in the order played. Okay, so just select your game and hit live score to enter the live scoring screen. When that form pops up, if it's the first time you're in the live scoring, click on the gear icon on the right and set your game properties. There's clock control if you want to determine how to start and stop the clock while you're scoring. You don't have to, run the clock. We'll show you how that works. Display Gamecast, and make sure you're on Gamecast API or Gamecast Live. That's a paid service. You have to have that. XML is here if you're going to do XML output, and if you're going to do a Gamecast with XML, you have this setting here. If you would like to add logos, click on the logo button here, and you could add the two teams' PNG logos. You could set whether the player photos or the team logos are on in your Gamecast. If you'd like to also add like a YouTube video, you can click on this link here and put in your YouTube URL, complete with the HTTP in front of it. Okay. And so to start your Gamecast, if you're Gamecasting, what you want to do here is click on Post and then Gamecast. You'll see a form pop up here. This is your Gamecaster form. Just minimize it. Don't turn it off. You'll see a cloud drive icon at the bottom of the screen. When you click on it, this form pops up. You could hit View, and that'll take you to your Gamecasting page and make sure that it's Gamecasting. This is scalable for phones and other devices. And again, this is your address up here. You could copy this URL and send it in an email to people and share it. And every game this season, that'll be your same live screen page. So don't close this, just minimize it, and it will run in the background. Okay, so enter your kickoff. Highlight the kickoff first. Pick the direction that you're going to be kicking. You notice that you have a gray ball. This ball is the ball on. So if you're going to click, if you're going to go from left to right, it moves automatically in kickoff mode. Okay, so if I'm going to kick off this direction, pick the team that you're going to be, is going to be kicking off by using this possession arrow. The offense is always on the left side. The defense is always on the right. I could set a kicker here. I can click the number of yards here, or I can click in the yard box and type in a yards, or I can click in the ball to box and say you went to the 5-yard line. Okay, pick who's going to return that kick and then hit submit. Now you enter the return information. You can click again where the ball went to, or click the yard line that they went to, and then who tackled them. You click in this box here and you could just type in a number. Okay, if it's not found and you click in the box again, you could hit add and add the player right on the fly. Okay, so you could also go into the roster page here and add players right here. You could hit the plus and save. If you to make changes to the player, you could highlight the player and edit it. If you need to change the opponent, or you didn't add the opponent before you came into the live scoring, you could hit this open team button here and you could open up the opponent that way. Okay, so that's available when you're live scoring. All right, and so I entered the return information. Okay, who made the tackle, and now I'm going to hit submit. Now it's first down and 10. Okay, the ball's on the 25. If I need to make any changes to where the ball's on, I could just use this button here. It'll change on the scoreboard. I can go right on the scoreboard and change it as well. Okay, so now I want to set my quarterback. I could set the quarterback for each team. And if it's going to be a pass play, I click on pass. I click the spot on the field and pick somebody from the list. Okay, and then I just, if he ran out of bounds, I can hit ran out of bounds and submit. All right, it's really that simple. If it's a really nice play and I want to tag it as a highlight, let's say it's a touchdown play, I just click in the end zone and automatically highlights touchdown and first down for you. You can put your receiver in. Just click in the box here, type in the number. Okay, and it's a touchdown, and I hit the thumbs up instead of the submit button. That'll enter the play, and it'll tag it as a thumbs up in my Gamecast. So when I go back to my Gamecaster screen, everything that I tagged as a highlight will show up at the bottom here, which is kind of cool. You could tag all that for your fans. Okay, and so that's really how you score. You're set up here for an extra point. I could pick the kicker, and then I could just say good, and it'll highlight attempted for me and hit submit. And now is where I put my possession. If I'm not running the clock, I could just come in here and put in the time, 8, and then 12, and it'll put it in that way, and I just hit done. And that'll calculate my possession time and record that for that team without running the clock. If you want to run the clock, you hit the clock button. It'll start and stop. You could adjust the clock here if you need to while the game's going on. The clock will show up in your play-by-play. It gives a little bit more information in your Gamecast if you're using that. Okay, and if you want to see any stats during the game, if you have the Ultra version, you click the stats button and you could sort them by formation, player, down. So there's a lot of different queries you could do here. If you want to see a standard box score, on the right here you have the box button. That'll show you the box score. If you click on this little edit thing here, you could edit the score by period, and you can make it a bold report. If you just click it again to clear it. Okay, and that's really all you need to do to score. If you want to do a penalty, what you do is after the play, you enter the penalty. So let's just undo the click off here, do a run, and ball carrier. And let's just say it's a first down here, and who made the tackle? I submit it, and I realize, hey, there was a penalty, okay? So what I could do is I could hit undo and keep, and say, well, the penalty is on the 40 5 yard line. So I'm going to go to left 45, left 45, okay? So now it's a 10-yard run now, okay? And I'm going to resubmit that play as a 10-yard run. That's the spot of the foul. And then I'm going to go to penalty, offense. Let's say it's a holding downfield, okay? They take the 10 yards off from that spot, and I could pick who the penalty was on and submit it. That's how you enter a penalty downfield. Okay, so it's really pretty easy. Just make the spot of the run or the catch the spot of the foul, and that's where you could enter the penalty yards from after that play's entered. Okay, so when the game is over, you could sum up the box score here, and you could hit the print button to print a box score. You could hit the post button here, and that'll post the box score. Okay, so I have a different team loaded here that has a lot of games and some data. Okay, all the game totals will post in these boxes here. You could always come back after the game and highlight a player, adjust any stats here. You could always go back to the live score and make edits there. I'll show you really quick how to do that. You click on live score, and then you can go into your event. So just go into your events here, pick an event. Say I want to add tacklers. I could just come into the box. I hit edit, and then I could put in the tacklers here or clearer or make any changes I need and hit save. Okay, so this is where you would make any edits. Add tacklers here, who made the assisted tackle. Okay, I could save it. And that's all you need to do to make edits. Or you can go make your edits back in the game form. Okay, I'm not going to post the changes here. I'm going to just highlight any player here, and I can come into the tackle box, and I could just give them a solo tackle, assisted tackles from a data sheet. So some programs will do all the live scoring in the software. They'll have somebody tracking the tackles on paper, and they'll just add them in later. Okay, so you hit save player, save game, and now I'm going to show you how to make some reports. Go up into the compile stats menu. The new report everybody wanted was this team cumulative report. Just highlight that. You could pick whether you want the conference games or all games. Okay, and if you're using the Pro Series, you get the last 3 games. The Ultra, you can get your whole season compiled in here. Okay, and so if you want to switch between the defense, special teams, that's right here. And you could click on this post icon, same icon as in the live scoring, and then you could make a posted website. We give it a name here for you. You could just hit create, and then it'll load up the file. It makes HTML. You could hit upload. It'll put up on the cloud drive we give you. If you click on the link here, you'll have a file link that you could send to your coaching staff. Everybody could share it, and then every week you could just update this file. So copy this, share that with your group, and then you could just update it instead of printing out reports all the time or emailing them. Okay, and so that's a cumulative report. If you want to do player stats, you could pick in here and go at the top, and you could hit all players, and you could pick whether you want offense, defense, kicking, any combination here. The reports look best if you just pick one category. If you do offense, rushing, receiving, passing, they'll all come in separate reports. If you want to switch to defense or kicking team, you can, and you can put them all on one report, but that's a lot of stats. So if I do offense and I want to post this or print it, the same thing, I can click on this link up here. It'll bring in here, it'll call it offense. You could hit create. It'll make a linked report that you could upload. You could view it here, and everybody could share this link for your offensive stats that you just send copy it here. If you want to sort by any category here, you could just click on it. It is a live report, which is nice. It's not just a static paper report. You can come down into any category and sort just by clicking on that box. Okay, and so that's a nice way to make your team summary reports. And that's it. That's the quick overview of using TurboStats. If you want more in detail, just go to our website and look at the training videos. Thanks for watching.